Welcome to the court. I am its Jester. So, last left off, in the middle of the trial. Don't know who's dead. I think both Kaito and Kokichi are dead. I lost my boy. Maki knows shit. Maki, tell us your secrets.
Well now.
And then the Monokuma and Cubs theater segment began. The Cubs aren't even here anymore. They're all dead. But with all the Mono Cubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so the curtain quickly fell. Oh, thank God it was short.
The flashback light became the motive. When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him. I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end. I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Maki totally gets me!
I don't think this is Kokichi.
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow, and broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, look at my baby. He's got a little arrow in his arm.
Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back. Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance. Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison? Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
There was so much poison in there. I'm like 98% sure that it's not Kokichi in the exisal. And I'm like 60% sure it's not Kaito either. And I am much more concerned about being right about Kokichi than I am about being right about Kaito. Because if I'm wrong and it is Kokichi in the exisal, then it means I don't know my boy.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died.
You were gonna torture him on death's door for information?
And find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
He's just a little imp. He's just a little imp. A chaotic little imp. That's part of his charm.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right?
Kokichi's not the mastermind.
He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game.
She probably is. Or Monica. Okay, Coin flip. Is the one in charge of this death game Junko's AI again? Or Monica? 'Cause space.
That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game.
I mean, it would make sense if it was Monica because of the Mono Cubs. Like, she could have made the Mono Cubs to be fucked up little replacements for the Warriors of Hope.
Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind.
Yeah, that's why it was a good lie to say he was. You all fell for it.
Especially with that message in the courtyard. Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that?
Kokichi never watched the flashback light.
I don't understand anything you're saying.
Kokichi never saw the flashback light. I was right, it was forged. He doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
But anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind. Do you love killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole! I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then... What?
Oh shit, yeah, okay, so both Kokichi and Kaito got poisoned. Fuck. Oh, Maki killed both of them. I was right, they are both dead.
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
Because he didn't want
At
Maki to
that
get
moment,
executed
my
as...
mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison.
Kaito didn't want Maki to fucking kill someone and be the blackened.
I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that...
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito.
Yep, that's a bummer.
When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing, but because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore. I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window. Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window. Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote. But Kokichi stole it from him.
Sorry, but I can't die here. Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space. Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not, because now another class trial is going to start.
Last trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
What?
Aw, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that.
Even if Kaito killed Kokichi afterwards, like, Monokuma's rules were that the second kill doesn't mean shit. So, Kaito killing Kokichi wouldn't make him the Blackened instead of Maki.
You really are not boring.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run! And live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife. In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks on the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial.
Maki, I really thought you were better than that. I really thought you weren't going to let other innocent people die for the sake of your revenge. But I guess you were. So, I'm not mad, Maki. I'm just disappointed.
In exchange for all of your lives.
Okay, Maki.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
How dare you! Make fun of him!
Maki, put the knife down.
You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer!
You guys all kind of suck a little bit, so it's fine.
You fucking asshole!
Oh, come on, Naki. Really let him have it. Break out a C word.
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exisal.
I still don't think this is Kokichi.
Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh.
She is so ready for more murder right now.
So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for?
So are we gonna vote for Maki and keep the game going, or are we gonna have a group suicide? I gotta admit, I think it would be a very ballsy move to end the game on a group suicide. I'm not saying it'd be a good ending, but I am saying it would be a bold ending. Oh god, I've been reminded of something this week. Because the Season 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender live action remake just dropped, and a lot of people have been talking about Avatar. And it's made me remember something from my childhood, which I think says a lot about me as a person. Because remember in Season 2 of Avatar, the season finale ended with Azula, spoilers for Avatar for anyone who hasn't seen it. Its Season 2 finale ended with Azula almost killing Aang with her lightning attack. And then Katara heals Aang and with her special spirit water. And he kind of like opens his eyes and he smiles at her and then she hugs him. And like the way this scene is meant, what this scene is meant to convey is that Aang is still alive and Katara saved him. I did not get that message when I was a kid. I got a little confused. I misunderstood what the story was telling me. I thought Aang died. I thought that when Katara used the spirit water on him, that what she was actually doing, instead of saving his life, was actually just giving him a few more seconds so he could smile at her one last time before dying in her arms. I was a child when I thought that, and that was like an insanely dark way to interpret the scene. But what's crazier is because this was the Season 2 finale and there was a significant wait time until Season 3, I didn't know there was gonna be a Season 3. I thought this was where the show ended. I thought that was the end of the show. I genuinely thought that Avatar The Last Airbender ended with the main character dying and them losing the war. And then I was like super surprised when I started seeing trailers for the Season 3 coming up. I was like, oh, I guess Aang's not dead. I guess the show's gonna keep going. Damn. Which is so fucking funny. And I remember being a kid. And thinking, oh wow, that was a really dark ending. But I kind of respect it. I kind of respect them just having the super gloomy, dark, depressing ending of the main character dying. The hero's journey was incomplete. And I actually decided to rewatch that scene, this week, to see, was it, a really, easy misunderstanding for me to have? And I, rewatched the scene at the end of the series, and I'm like, how did I not think this scene was her saving his life? Why was I so sure he died? What was wrong with me? So yeah, that was weird. Anyway, now I'm playing a murder game, because I love tragedy. It's also why I love Alien Stage so much, probably.
You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together.
Group suicide, let's go.
Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Yeah, I did play Ghost Trick. Did I ever play it on stream? I honestly don't remember if I played it on stream or not, because I remember I played it... I think I did play it on stream. Because I played it on my phone before... Yeah, I did. I did play it on stream. I had a hard time remembering because I played it twice. I played it once on my phone, and then I played it again when it came out on the Switch, and I didn't remember if I had done that on stream or not. But yeah, Ghost Trick is so good. And, oh, the reason I played Ghost Trick was because someone wrote a Danganronpa fanfic that was a crossover with Ghost Trick that was so fucking good. And it was by an author I already liked a lot of the other stories they wrote. So when I saw the crossover fic, I was like, okay, I'll go play Ghost Trick real quick. It's not a long game. And then I'll read this fic. And the game was awesome. And the fic was awesome. Yeah, just... I love fanfiction.
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive.
I feel like what you need to enjoy fanfiction is you need someone who will curate fanfic rec lists for you so that you only find the really good ones that have someone vouching for them instead of looking through filth. Because I'm gonna be real, I've read some fanfictions that were pretty weird in a bad way. I don't want to judge someone for their creative indulgences, especially because it's something they did out of passion and they did entirely for free and just shared with others. And I think it's really, really mean to be super judgmental and critical of something that someone just did for the love of the game and not for profit. But some of them make me question if people are okay. Like, genuinely, are you okay? It is interesting, though, in that I actually did read one fanfic that someone wrote, and the relationship was really abusive. And not in a way where it's like, oh, this is attempting to portray an abusive relationship, and they're showing that it's bad, or they're exploring the dynamic of it. It was very clearly written in a way, and the relationship was super abusive, but the author thought everything they were writing was super romantic and had no idea they were writing something that was really, really abusive. And the author actually did, like, later, like, make a claim, like, I actually found that author making a thing about that making a post later where they said, oh, I was in an abusive relationship at the time, and I was like really gaslit into thinking everything going on was okay. So that kind of reflected in my writing and storytelling on why I like romanticized abuse in this fanfic. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So now when I read like fanfics that have concerning things, it doesn't make me concerned with like the author's morality. It makes me concerned with like the author's safety. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? For a second I was like living in a world where I believed in like other people's like innate goodness and civility, and I forgot about a lot of stuff that happens in fan fiction. Oh no. I don't see those things! I block out those tags! I block out those tags so I don't see them! And I've gone, like, I've done such a good job blocking out those tags that I forgot fics like that existed because I never find them. Okay. Oh, the way you block out, those kind of fics is when you go into AO3 and you select the fandom, and you just select the fandom, and you can select a ship if you want or whatever, but basically, you select the fandom, and then under it, you go to the settings for the search settings, and then there is a section with a pull-down tag that says exclude tags, and then you pretty much can type in everything you want excluded. You do have to set it up to exclude the tags every time you start a new search. Every time you do a new search, you have to adjust your settings again. You can't, like, autosave them. But yeah, you would go to, like, exclude, and you could exclude the tags, like, exclude underage, exclude non-con, exclude incest. I know it sounds annoying that you have to do it every time you search a different fandom, but, like, there's so much fanfiction that, like, when I go into Danganronpa and I select what I want to look for, and then I make sure to exclude everything I don't want to see, when I have the results, I'll have, like, pages after pages after pages of so many different fics to read, and then I can just, like, look through all of them, and it's, like, lasting forever. I mean, it does sound exhausting to have to exclude everything like that, but I used to be on fanfiction.net. I used to be on fanfiction.net where there were no tagging systems like that, and it was just the complete and utter Wild West. You would step into a fic that you liked the description of, and you would at best know the main couple, and that was pretty much it. You would know what story it was from, you would know the main couple, and that would be pretty much it. And then it would be the Wild West from there on out. Is this gonna have major character death? Is this gonna, like, traumatize you out of nowhere? My worst experiences with fanfiction have consistently all been on fanfiction.net. AO3, I can, like, nope out of what I don't want because everything's tagged.
Be because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
Yeah, it's that both of them are dead. Kaito's dead too. I actually haven't read any fics featuring Monica as a main character. Though I have seen cool fan comics featuring that. I have seen cool fan art and fan fiction of her and the other Warriors of Hope meeting Nagito again, like post Nagito getting out of the Neo World program. Because I think there is a hilarity to be had there and being like, oh yeah, remember, it's like, of Nagito just being casually like, oh yeah, these are my kids now. These are my kids now. I kind of hung out with them when I was a remnant of despair. They're my kids now. Oh dear God. You see, most of the Danganronpa fanfiction I've read has been really, really good, but that's because I exclude the bad tags! I approach everything with precaution. Well, if it makes you feel any better, in the Danganronpa Ghost Trick crossover fanfic, nothing horrifically immoral happens. It's just time-traveling ghost tragedy. I gotta compile a good list of Danganronpa fanfic recs that I can just put in my chat on Discord. Be like, have at you, look at them all, they're glorious. The part of Maki's testimony that doesn't add up. What doesn't add up?
That's it!
The control panel being damaged.
Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
And why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
That's right. There must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. Finding that reason will help us find the hidden truth.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
That's wrong! There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
All of my fics feature Taka in a main character role. I'm sorry. Except, I just want all of the Danganronpa fanfiction I like is extremely Taka oriented. I'm sorry. Also, I think you've mentioned in the past that you don't really care for romance, and most of my fics feature a romantic subplot of some sorts because I love romance. That's why I keep trying to write romance novels.
But Maki only had one bomb.
I can't.
She used it during the raid this morning.
I can't wait until I finish this game and I can read a bunch of fan fiction about Shuichi and Kokichi as a couple. There. Why do I consume content? So I can consume more fan fiction.
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know that the alarm system was neutralized. It had to be. In that case, then.
I've got it!
Disabling
the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
The main objective of Kokichi using the electro bomb was disable the press's safety function.
That's it! It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
I think one story you might like that is Alien Stage, which is uploaded in like short music videos for free on YouTube. Alien Stage does have romance in it, but every romance in it is a tragedy. And you love tragedy. Alien Stage has a lot of focus on romance, but every single romance is tragic. You do love tragedy. Go watch Alien Stage. It's awesome. Make sure you watch it in order. There should be a playlist.
Deactivate the safety function?
I honestly think it might... I think every song is around, like, I think 5 minutes max. It's definitely around, like, maybe an hour at most. Probably around an hour.
The Electro Bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
Yeah, you could probably even find, let me just, like, I can check, because I know that someone compiled a video of all of the songs in order. It actually might be more around 2 hours. But I don't know if that's because they're counting the extra songs too. Because there were, like... They have different characters singing different songs, but they also release extra covers of the songs. So if they have 2 characters singing a duet, they will release, at a later date, they'll release a cover of another 2 characters singing that duet. That's not canon within the story, but it's just them showing off, pretty much.
That's true, but why would he do that?
Because the safety function on the hydraulic press wouldn't let him press it down all the way.
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
Kokichi's not dead. Kokichi's dead. Kokichi's not the one in the Exisal.
All wrong.
What aspect of this case runs contrary to new evidence? The mastermind of the killing game. Oh, the credibility of the death video. No, wait.
I was wrong!
Wait, okay, I messed up. Kaito's cause of death.
That's it! Kaito's cause of death.
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Yes. The cause of death now would be...
This is it! The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could've?
If the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know.
You showed us a video of it, but I still think that was fake. I'm pretty sure Kokichi's dead too. Why were all of his clothes in the toilet?
Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press.
Is this like Schrodinger's cat? The cat's alive and the cat's dead?
Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it.
Until we vote and see the results of the trial. Like opening the box to see if there's a dead cat inside.
No matter what.
God, Schrodinger's cat was fucked up. Don't kill a cat. Cats are wonderful little creatures. They're such precious little angels. The highlight of my week is going over my friend's house and playing with her cat. He's a sweetie. He doesn't like me, but he's a sweetie. It's because I hug him too much.
No matter what?
And I pick him up and I hold him like a baby.
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too.
But I can't help picking him up like a baby. He's just the handsomest little boy.
Right, Shuichi?
I don't know what the fuck we're doing anymore. Let's vote the... let's just vote... Let's just vote that... I don't know. I don't think Kokichi's alive anymore, so I don't know what good voting him as the killer will do. Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? It is possible. There's no evidence. Okay, fine then. It's not possible.
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What about the video? I mean, I, out of game, think the video was forged, but if I was a person in the game, I would maybe have some, like, thoughts about it.
What did you say?
Oh, Kaito could have been dead when the hydraulic press already went down, though. Fuck, yeah, that video doesn't prove shit. Am I dumb? No, I'm fine.
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan. The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim, but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
Let's flip a coin.
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes. So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Are we voting already? Oh, fuck! Fuck! What do you mean we're voting? Fuck! 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 I don't want to vote. I'm not gonna vote. I'm not voting. I'm not voting. I'm not voting. You can't make me. I don't like this. Ah, Kaede's ghost is watching me fuck up everything.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides when it's voting time.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh? Yes, of course.
Oh my god, Monokuma doesn't know. Oh my god. Okay, if the electro bomb went off in the room, wouldn't it also mess up the cameras so that they couldn't record what was happening? Monokuma wasn't in the room, he was being guarded by the other Exosols. And if the electro bomb fucked up the cameras in the room, then that means Monokuma didn't see what happened. Monokuma doesn't know either, and even if Monokuma could technically see what would happen, there'd be no way for Monokuma to know if Kaito had actually died from the poison, or if he was just passed out from it and still actively dying and still alive when he was put under the presser. Monokuma don't know! The bear don't know shit!
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
Monokuma doesn't know anything.
The culprit, you say? Yes, of course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Then technically we can't have the trial!
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know shit!
You don't know, do you?
Oh my god. Does that mean we all just, like, leave?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either. If Monokuma doesn't know, what does that tell us about the case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it! So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
A murder Monokuma couldn't figure out?
But what's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
No, that was a lie.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras, strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow.
Through the monitors. There's one in every freaking room.
Kokichi probably used the electro bomb to scramble whatever that was. The electro bomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the exosols... Yes, the exosols weren't protecting Monokuma. They were... That's it! They were watching Monokuma.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Oh, at the time, the exosols were on autopilot and directed to observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him. They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma. That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, the class trial must always be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So if you share it instead, that way I'll be fair, it'll be fair to all participants.
She didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case,
You're right.
So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point! Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
no. Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
Yeah, he was lying.
What?
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
Right. He's a remnant of despair. How'd we forget that?
That video was forged.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Well, Monokuma?
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know?
Aren't you normally the forward one? I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth. Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Yeah, no shit.
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Oh wow, Kokichi lied. Up next, fish swims.
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
Do you want to know? Then I'll tell you. I'm getting kind of bored with all the lying, so everything I say now will be the truth, okay?
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exisol? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
He used remote control? Miu, why did you invent all of this really important stuff and then not do anything with it or tell anyone about it?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
Then why would she not use any of those things to try and defeat Monokuma and the Exisols and get out of here? Why would she try to kill Kokichi instead?
Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exisols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite. Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
Yeah, nothing new there, though.
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know!
A real mastermind who is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Anishima, but that can't be. I want to be surprised. Maybe it's her ghost. Maybe we're getting ghosts in this game. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. So who was this? Who planned the killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track.
After I take a short little snack break. Okay, we're back now.
This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind.
Yeah, that's the next one.
So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial! Me versus Monokuma!
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair? Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
No, no, go away. I don't want you as an ally. Go away.
Who invited you?
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
So another piece of the truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. Oh, frick. The video? The video is confusing.
This is it! Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. You get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video, it must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Aw, why do we have to play Hangman's Gambit again?
I see now. The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that.
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. And that might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Told you, Kokichi's dead. His clothes were in the toilet.
Switched?
Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible. The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage, remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Okay, you know how I've been saying that I think both Kokichi and Kaito are dead? Because I don't think that that's Kokichi and the Exisal. I still believe that it's not Kokichi and the Exisal. But, what if, it is, and Kaito's just in there with him? Like, freaking, like, dying pretty much. And, like, just breathing heavily. And like, barely able to keep his eyes open. What if we change my theory from both are dead to neither are dead? We never saw a corpse. We just saw a shit ton of blood. Maybe there was a secret student that they killed. Maybe there's... Oh my god, maybe there's a secret student that's operating the Exisal right now. They've done that before. No, Monokuma don't know. Monokuma don't know shit. This is chaos reigning.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Where the fuck wouldn't they get an extra student? There was a secret extra student in the first game.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then, let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's all talk it over together.
Together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. It's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
figured that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time. Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video. It did have a pause. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? It had a pause.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
There must be some trick to that video.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
When the hydraulic press stopped.
I agree. Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second? Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
but in the video,
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. Oh no.
I see it. The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? Huh? What do you mean?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Yes, I see it now. That's how the bodies were switched. If you stopped that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. Oh, we're doing this again?
I see it.
Do the same minigame in a row, damn.
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press. After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? Here? No, wait, that's the press. No, wait, that's the press. It had to be set up here.
There!
I'm terrible at architecture.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height. When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Kaito, are you the one in the robot?
Well, wait just a minute.
Why are you pretending to be Kokichi?
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he...
Kokichi's not the mastermind!
Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Damn, we didn't even get to bury them. Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at the time. They were the only ones present during the body swapping trick. And the real victim was... the other person in the hangar. It wasn't an old body. It could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Kokichi's dead!
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
If I have the timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time. Which means that something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down. I can't let anything escape me this time. Oh, we're doing Hangman's Gambit again? Ah, oh, frick. Oh god. Victim helped. Where's another eye? Wait, how do you spell victim? It's with an I or an E. Is it with an E? Wait, am I wrong? Is it not victim? Oh wait, I'm forgetting the T. I know how to spell! I swear! promise I know how to spell. Oh, I forgot I already did the E. When I was a child, in elementary school, I would get taken out of my class with a bunch of other kids, where we would go to a separate, smaller room and would have a teacher focus on helping us read, because we were all having a harder time with it than the other kids.
I can't believe I overlooked this.
What do you mean?
There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped. Which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped, then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
The victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk. So, have you realized who done it yet?
Culprit of the case. My detective work hasn't failed me. The culprit inside it, that X is all. It can only be them. It's gotta be Kaito. If it's not Kaito, it's a third party we've never met before. Kokichi's definitely dead.
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera at first. If the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito. So, the person inside that exosol isn't Kokichi. It has to be Kaito.
What did you say?
the culprit for this case is... Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced, right?
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I don't want to believe it either, but it's the only way any of this makes sense. My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
Is that true? Is Kaito really in there?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
Huh? Oh, she's lying to protect Kaito now. God damn it. We're doing this again.
There's just no way that Kaito can still be alive. Because I'm the culprit.
Wait, you? But didn't you say...
I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh, now she's lying.
Kokichi drank the antidote that he stole from Kaito. There's no doubt Kaito died. And he died because of my poison arrow.
But you told us you didn't want to kill Kaito.
Yes, I never wanted to. I wanted to believe that I didn't kill him. But the truth speaks differently. In the end, I was just running away from the facts.
Huh? I don't understand.
Maki, are you trying to protect Kaito? If he's the culprit, you're trying to help him get away?
There was only one antidote, so it's more likely he died from my poison arrow. This is the truth.
It's not decided yet. I could have still killed him with the hydraulic press. Either way, those are the two options. Monokuma knows the answer, right?
Huh? Are those the only options?
I guess that's how things turned out.
No, that can't be! The person in that exisal is...
It's not Kaito! I saw Kokichi drink the antidote! There's no mistake. Kaito is dead. I killed Kaito. There's absolutely no doubt. That's the truth.
I thought so. Maki is trying to protect Kaito. I understand how she feels, but if Kaito is the culprit, why did he agree to Kokichi's plan? I can't imagine that Kaito would do something so selfish. There must be a reason for it. I truly believe that. But I have to get to the bottom of this before I can uncover that truth.
But Maki, you don't know for certain that Kokichi drank the antidote.
What?
You saw him drink it right in front of you, but you couldn't confirm he actually did it. So maybe there's another possibility.
What are you talking about? Impossible. That's impossible. There is no other possibility. I killed Kaito!
Oh, we're fighting Maki
I
now.
killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong.
Oh, we're getting fucked
He
up.
died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. But you keep getting in the way. You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. But you keep getting in the way. You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say.
I hate this minigame. I'm so bad at it.
I was at the scene.
This
So
makes
I
the
know I'm not
Hangman's
wrong.
Gambit of
I'm sorry
like
I kept quiet till
Goodbye
now.
Despair, which was my
wanted to
hell,
believe I didn't
seemed
kill
like no
him.
big deal.
But I won't run away from the truth anymore.
Oh great, there's a fucking ghost on the screen.
Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong.
Maki, can you please
I'm
chill?
sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
It ends here! Kokichi just pretended to drink the antidote. He didn't actually drink it.
He pretended to drink it?
Yeah, sounds like something Kokichi would do.
Drinking the antidote was part of his lie.
Kokichi loved lying.
Maki could only see so much through the window. She didn't confirm Kokichi drank it. I believe that Kokichi knew this and just pretended to drink the antidote. After Maki left, he gave the antidote to Kaito. There's a strong possibility that all of this was done to make Kaito cooperate.
Make him cooperate?
The swapping trick required the victim and culprit to work together.
And Kaito would have done anything to make it so that Maki wasn't the blackened.
Kaito's cooperation was essential to Kokichi's plan. However, I don't think Kokichi would be able to sway Kaito easily. He needed leverage. He gave Kaito the antidote in exchange for his cooperation.
In exchange for his own life, you mean?
Kaito had no choice. He had to cooperate after Kokichi saved his life. That's just Kaito's character, and Kokichi knew that. He swallowed his pride with the antidote and agreed to participate in Kokichi's plan.
But didn't Kokichi make this plan? What good is it for him if he's dead?
I imagine this was all part of Kokichi's plan to confuse us. You wouldn't think that someone would plan their own murder.
He went so far as to give up his life, just to create this mystery?
Only Kokichi could think of something so nefarious.
He's just a little imp like that.
Who else would agree to die just to execute their plan?
Crazy. Why would he go that far?
I bet Kokichi was determined to beat me at my own game, no matter what. But too bad! Shuichi figured out the truth!
Truth? Are you sure it's not delusion?
Delusion?
A delusion completely off the mark. To make you think that I died. But who cares what you guys think? This is between me and Monokuma. I don't give a crap if the extras in this game get it right or not.
Extras?
I'm fine with being an extra.
Huh? Why?
If we're just extras, then even if we get it wrong, we won't get killed.
No, I'd still kill you all. Don't put Kokichi's words in my mouth!
But why? You were being so friendly with us.
If Monokuma gets it right, then he takes everyone's lives, yeah? But if Monokuma gets it wrong, then he'd have no right to take everyone's lives. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, then this killing game can't function anymore.
Can't function anymore?
Kaito, I believe in you.
If you're cooperating with this plan, you must have a reason. To determine that reason, I need to reveal the truth.
I still think Kaito is the culprit. Thinking of it that way makes all the pieces fit. I will show you the truth. The truth you can't deny.
Oh dear God. We have to do the closing argument. This is gonna take for fucking ever! Okay, what do we got here? Trail of blood. There's so much to cover. Does it go there? No. It might go here. There we go. No, it's... It's fine, we've got hearts. Oh wait, here's where the electro bomb goes. Antidote goes here. Kokichi in the press.
This is the truth of the case! Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab. She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window. That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab. The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom. However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering. Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier, in a way. She used her electro hammer to disable an exisal and climbed inside. She knew exisals could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one. Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation. While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow. But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him. That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm. If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in his vitals. Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an exisal with a remote. While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an exisal stepped inside. Kokichi was definitely not expecting an exisal to interrupt them. He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the exisal. But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow. The arrow hit Kokichi right in the back, and it was the tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike 9 poison. The poison kills slowly. It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow. But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise. To keep Maki from becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi. The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab and immediately ran off to get it. The Strike 9 poison slowly circulated through their systems and would soon kill them both. But in that desperate situation, Kokichi thought up a clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him defeat Monokuma. That was Kokichi's true objective. It's why he claimed to be the mastermind. Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar. Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion. When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar. So she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window. But after the culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror. Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow. But it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. He had only pretended to drink the antidote. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave. After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon. An electrobomb, capable of disabling communication devices for hours. Kokichi's plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan. But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like blackmail. In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the Strike 9 poison, the whole plan would be ruined. After fabricating the scene in the bathroom, the culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created. Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie. While Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control panel, the culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their coat over their shoulders. Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time. The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electrobomb had disabled it. The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view, Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously. The two then switched places and also switched roles. The culprit and the victim. The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation. He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself. And so, Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the whole thing was caught on video. The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera and tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again. This would make it impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out. With the press disabled, the culprit returned to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes.
Why did Kokichi have to take off his clothes as part of this plan? That part seemed unnecessary.
Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide and waited with bated breath.
He didn't dress in Kaito's. He was shirtless.
And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi. They're trying to deceive Monokuma in order to defeat the true mastermind. And that's it. That's Kokichi's unidentified culprit trick. The culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut. I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Knew it wasn't Kokichi. I know my boy.
Really? Is it really Kaito?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man! Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions!
Huh?
You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that Kaito is inside the Exisal. So why is Kaito still fighting me? Is this about Monokuma? Or is there another aspect to this?
You claim everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you? You all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So, if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay. This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
That's right. We have to believe in Shuichi.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the results of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory, and that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? I see, so that's your objective. You mean to ruin the killing game itself. That's why Kaito has been so stubborn all this time. But what does he mean by ruin exactly? Can we save here? Oh, we can. I'm so tired. We're going to stop here. It's 16 minutes past usual end time. I played like a half hour past usual end time yesterday. We will pick up next Saturday. We will finish the trial. And until next time, show's over.